And with that, it looks like we are ready for Touhou Luna Nights with Sean A., so take it away.
Hello, everyone. This is Touhou Luna Nights. We can do a roll call on the couch if we would like. Over there, not mic'd, is Mason, a.k.a. Sarth.
I'm Kevin Pepsi.
I'm Rimmel Relic.
I'm Stinga Muffin.
All right. So are we good to get started? Okay. So I guess I'll count myself down on go. 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Touhou Luna Nights. It's a fan game of the Touhou franchise. It's Metroidvania. We are going to be running the reverse boss order category, which means we fight the bosses in reverse order with the exception of one, but we'll get to that. We're going to open up with a very, very difficult trick that I haven't been able to get once this week. Let's see if dreams can come true.
I believe.
I believe.
Nope. That saves a total of 20 frames if you can get it.
Yeah, that's actually a frame-perfect trick. You're trying to go over that so you don't have to snail. One of the mechanics in this game is snailing. It basically slows down time for around everyone but you. And you use that to get through certain obstacles, like that platform you just saw. Right there, you just got it. That's phone skip. Basically, there is a dialogue box there that if you hit the phone, it triggers. But by knife hovering, we can go over it. And what knife hovering is basically if you hold the glide button and you attack downwards, your knife kind of carries you up a little bit, and we can use that to fly as well as gain a little bit of height. So we were able to go over the cutscene trigger. This is everyone's favorite Kappa, Notori.
Yeah, if you know what this is, post in chat. Anyways, we just got the stopwatch. That lets us stop time. It's used mainly for boss fights as well as just to make routing in certain rooms easier because it can stop enemies from moving. I guess I'll talk about grays and the two different types of grays. So if we pass near an enemy or bullet, we'll get grays. And if we do that outside of time stop, we get blue grays. And if we do it inside of time stop, we get purple grays. So blue grays gives us HP, MP, and time. Time is the thing in the middle. It counts down lower in time stop. And MP is the pink bar that goes down when we do attacks. And if we get time stop, or if we get grays in time stop, then we get purple grays. That gives us MP and time, but it gives us less than the blue grays. So ideally, we want to get blue grays instead of purple grays, but we mixed and match.
Yeah.
The rainbow.
And you might have noticed that we're not currently running the game in English. That's a little optimization we did before we started the game. Basically, it saves a few frames over other languages. So. We should also probably explain the lore behind this game. Probably wondering what Sakia is doing here. Basically, Ramelia got bored and wanted to play with Sakia, so she transported her totally against her will, like usual. And you're basically just doing what she wants.
So here we're going to be getting the sliding dagger. It allows us to slide. It is very slightly faster than walking. Each slide saves about 5 frames. But then loses frames in sort of the cooldown because there's a first frame when you can start sliding again, and every frame you wait past that, you are losing time. So you got to be within 5 frames on average to save time by sliding.
Yeah.
So there I just got to level up. In reverse boss order, level up routing isn't too strict. In other categories, it's much more strict. It increases our damage output and the amount of hits we can take. We're going to be fighting the last few bosses of the game on a very low level, which makes them very dangerous. The extra boss specifically has a one-hit kill attack. We should make sure not to get hit by that.
So coming up in this next room, there is a pretty cool fast route we can do with time stop. Where basically we're stopping time before we enter the room, and then we can use it to hop on this elevator and ride it up before it goes away. And then we're going to knife hover to skip that third elevator. Normally you're supposed to step on that. And now we're coming up to the first boss of the game.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Mei Ling's cutscene trigger extends upwards and downwards infinitely. It only checks if your X value is greater than a certain number. So currently there's no known way to skip Mei Ling. If you want to invalidate an entire speedrun category, figure out Mei Ling skip.
That'll be the day.
Though. Yeah.
So the strat for this boss is pretty simple. Basically, we just stop time at the beginning to get some extra knives out. And then after that, we snail to get some more damage in, and then we just attack him. Mailing is interesting, in which case where if we attack her with daggers in a certain rhythm, she just kind of stops moving forever. So we abused that a little bit. That was mailing. So if you played this game before, you'll probably noticed that we haven't broken the game at all yet. Just you wait. We will definitely break it. But for almost every single category in this game, the first 2 stages are the exact same, because we can't really break the game with the tools we have at the moment.
Yeah, eventually we'll get the items we need to sort of tear this game apart, and then we become an ascended demigod that balls mean nothing to.
So this is what we like to call the slide stage. Basically, all we're going to be doing is sliding. Up here, we're going to be sliding at a specific moment to kind of damage boost. He missed it, but you can damage boost straight into the corner. But all we're going to be doing is sliding for the rest of the stage. So if you have 1 or 2 donations, now would be a good time.
All right, that sounds good. We have a $50 donation from Artemis that says, "Hey guys, Nihayo. Artemis here from the TLN speedrunning community. I've been running this game since it was only 1 stage in early access, and man, has this game been through a lot. So proud to see that it made it to GDQ. RBO is by far the most technical and interesting category, so I'm glad it's on Showcase. The whole TLN community is rooting for you, Sean. Good luck. Don't forget your ABZs. Always be zooming."
Thanks, Artemis.
Shout out to the Touhou Nice Discord. If you are interested in learning this game or just want cool people to hang out with, you can find it on speedrun.com/TLN. It's a great community.
Yep, so there we just picked up the double jump. This greatly increases our movement options, especially with knife hovers, which we'll see a little bit later. And an interesting thing in this game is your double jump is stored after your first jump. So as long as you knife hover and you don't hit the ground, you keep your double jump forever. And we use that to traverse gaps and gain an extra height. We're also triggering the stage 2 warp right here. You're not going to see it because we're kind of going to go in and out immediately. But we need that to come back because now is when we're going to start breaking the game. And coming up is probably one of the hardest skips in the game. We call it yellow skip. Basically, we're skipping a door where we need a key. We're abusing the way that knockback works with slide. Basically, when you slide into an enemy, you get knocked back a little bit. But if you slide into multiple enemies at the same time, your hitbox kind of duplicates. So if you hit 3 enemies, it's 3 times as big. And we're going to use it to flip through a wall.
Yeah, okay. So the trick to this is just follow your heart. And that looks good.
Yeah, and pray. Oh,
Hey.
fantastic. That can take anywhere from like 10 seconds to minutes. It's very RNG dependent.
That was basically the single thing that was giving me anxiety about this run. That can take minutes away from you.
Yeah. And it looks pretty simple, just slide into bubbles, but if you go a little bit too soon, you won't do anything. If you go just not enough, you'll flip out of bounds into the wall, and there's no way to get back, so you stop block yourself.
There's 2 walls we need to get through. We need to get through 1 wall to go out of bounds and 1 to get back in. If we just barely don't get enough speed, then we'll only go through 1 of those.
And what you're seeing here is we're abusing the little bit of extra boost. That's a lot harder than it looks. You have very few frames to actually make that happen.
Watch this.
Oh, wait, look, we're out of bounds.
Yeah, walls
Get
mean
used to
nothing
that.
anymore. So we just picked up the grip knife. What that does from a gameplay perspective is it gives our knives hitboxes or collision while we're in time stop. So we can use that for platforming. We basically just stand on top of them while in time stop to get higher than we normally would be able to.
And yeah, people that speedrun games would know that if you just randomly spawn hitboxes in places, it makes it pretty easy to break out of things.
Yeah, so basically what we do is we do a specific set of movements to generate a knife inside of us while in time stop, which the game is not fond of, and just pushes us through the floor. That can be done. We got slide glitch!
Oh, we got slide glitch? I've never seen that happen before without chainsaw.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
Can I get some frame data on what happened there?
So
All right, we're good.
slide glitch is this thing that happens. We have no idea how it works. It's been a thing for probably like 8 months now, and we've never been able to figure out why it happens. But basically, we just can't slide anymore for a certain period of time. There's nothing we can do about it. It just happens.
It's a pretty nice place to get it. There are way worse places you can get slide glitch.
Especially in bosses where we're using slide to go certain places or graze certain things and you can't slide. Makes it pretty hard to graze. So yeah, we just went from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, and now we're going to skip stage 4, kind of.
Kinda. We're gonna go there for like exactly a frame.
Yep, we're picking up the holy chainsaw.
The chainsaw is by far the best weapon in the game for 90% of cases. There's a few cases where other weapons are better, specifically 1,000 Daggers and Bound Knife, but for what it takes to actually get the weapons, chainsaw is by far the best.
Lovely textures here. And we're kind of just flying through the air at this moment. Basically what we're doing is we're going to trigger the stage 4 warp from out of bounds.
Yeah, we just went to stage 4.
Yep. And we'll use that a little bit later.
Make sure you don't fall between the cracks here or accidentally trigger Marisa's cutscene, and then you'll soft lock the game.
Yep, now we're stage 5.
This in general is just a very dangerous category. There's just tons of ways you can just crash the game or soft lock it. It makes it fun. Never know what to expect.
That was very nice. So yeah, right there we use 3 hovers to delay that platform to get on it, and then we need to use a snail to slow the next platform, and then what we do is we damage boost off the laser and then cancel it with the chainsaw to kind of get all the way up there very, very fast.
Gotta go back up there.
So this is stage 5. In this category, it's a little bit less important, but for a lot of categories, this stage is very, very hard when it comes to health. Basically, you can't get hit at all, or you can't do any of the strats. It's very unforgiving. But in this category, we're kind of just skipping everything, so it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah, okay, there's a pretty cool knife hover here. Basically, we store a double jump by just holding glide and then use it here. Get over, skip a water puzzle. Yeah,
it is interesting to note that if you hit the water, you lose your double jump. So we need to make sure we glide over it without touching it.
Just picked up a knife upgrade here. That increases the number of knives we can throw well in time stop. More importantly, it increases the number of chainsaws we can throw from 1 to 2, so that effectively doubles our damage output well in time stop.
Now we're going back to stage 4. We're going to pick up a special little item here.
I was going to grab a health refill, but I guess I just didn't. Okay, let's go.
You'll be fine.
Just don't get hit. 1, 2.
This room used to be really, really bad. It's a little bit better now, but basically these ghosts used to have random spawn locations, and it would kind of change how you did that room. As you just saw there, those rabbits, they have stopwatches as well, and they can stop time, and you're just kind of frozen for a while. And enemies can hit you in that time stop. Luckily, they can't hit you more than once, but you do lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it looks like we're good. All right, fun little trick here. So this bridge is going to fall when we're not in time stop, but it keeps its collision until it hits the ground, so we can sort of just jump on it while it's still in the air and have it elevator us up.
Yeah, that's what we're picking up right now is Screw Knife. This increases our damage by 3, which is huge, especially for chainsaws. And now we're going to do a little fun trick where basically we're going to abuse the fact that this thing has a hitbox and
Dang.
Unfortunate.
You love when it moves up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that trick is dependent on the movement of that little jellyfish enemy. If it moves up, it's just not going to work. You just got to believe.
Yep. Basically, we're just going to squish ourselves in between the alien and the little floating platform to push us out of bounds. And now we're back here.
Return to stage 5. So you might be wondering, people who have played the game, is the extra stage boss included in RBO? The answer is yes. And that might confuse some of you because you might think, wait, you need to beat the final boss to unlock the extra stage. The answer to that question is no. We have a way.
Yeah.
We find a way.
It's actually interesting to note that I accidentally found this when stage 5 came out. Because when stage 3 was out, we could actually discover parts of stages 4 and 5 from out of bounds. And so I was looking for a potential stage 6. And so I was like, well, I need to want to go to the left side. And the only way to do that is by going over the stage 5 boss area. And then I found something quite interesting, actually, which you'll see here in a second.
Oops. There we go, that should work.
It is interesting to note. Hopefully we don't trigger it. Very good. It is very easy to crash the game there. If you go a little bit too high, you will crash the game.
Yeah, there's no rooms above us. Also, here's the credits.
Yep, say hello to the credits. We beat the game.
We did it. So yeah, the room that stores the credits is located just above the room that stores the final boss. So if you just go to it, you get it. What's interesting is this is the extra boss credits, which means when this ends, we are going to be teleported right outside the extra boss's room, and then we just walk right to fighter. So we skip the entirety of the extra stage. Anyways, there's not really anything to talk about in the credits. It's the credits.
I don't know, Pepsi might have something he wants to talk about.
Something very important to talk about.
Oh yeah, go
Sean,
ahead. Yeah.
who's your favorite Touhou?
My favorite Touhou is Clown Piece. Who is your favorite Touhou?
Rin.
My favorite Touhou is Remilia.
Nice. And everyone at home, please donate and tell us your favorite Touhou too.
Anyways, we have about 2 minutes here for donations if we have any.
We do. All right. First off, we have a $5 donation from Lost Delights that says, "Hey everyone, I'm so happy to see one of my favorite games ran at GDQ. This is also the first game I've ever done a speedrun for, and it's a really good one. Good luck with the run, Sean, and by the way, if you yellow skip first try, I'll donate another $5.
We got yellow skip first try,
Yeah,
didn't we?
definitely got a first try.
Go for it.
Actually, I have another donation for that says $5 more from Lost Light. Well, yellow skip was done first try. Here's another $5. Keep killing it, Sean." We have $10 from Psycho that says, "Hello AGDQ, I got home just in time to catch the Touhou Luna Nights run and it made my day. As a fan of the series, I couldn't allow myself to miss it. Go Sean, be fast. Also thanks to everyone, runners, donors, and all the staff behind the scenes that make this possible. You're all awesome. Keep on fighting cancer." Just as a quick reminder, there are tons of still incentives and prizes up right now. We're still about $8,900 away from the Super Gravitron incentive for VVV. And there are tons of prizes as well, especially if you're a Touhou fan. There is a Touhou Luna Nights Pearl or Bead Magnet / Stand set up for grabs, as well as tons of other wonderful prizes.
All right, so we are finishing up the credits. I'm going to need someone to explain the Reimu fight for me because it's high intensity and I need to focus on it.
All right, so I'm going to try to explain this. These are some new strats that Sean discovered. I haven't really practiced these very much, but I will do my best to explain what's going on because it's going to be kind of hectic. So yeah, this boss can one-shot us depending on the attack. But basically, we're going to start out this fight here. She's going to come at us. We're going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to just chug some chainsaws into her. We're going to wait for her to go back, chug some more chainsaws. They're going to fall directly on top of her, and then we're going to pound her with some more chainsaws. And then we're going to graze that just barely. Since we're so close to her hitbox, basically none of the attacks will hit us. We're going to dodge that, get very, very close. She's going to launch some fireballs, but because we're so close to her hitbox, they're just going to go right through us. We're going to use them to graze. The goal here is to get her below 4,000 HP before this attack ends. That way we can trigger her next phase and get a lot of graze, which I think we got.
Yep.
Nice. That's a lot harder than it looks. When I do this boss fight, I can only get to about 5,000. So 4,000 is very, very good. Now we're going to chug some more chainsaws. This looks absolutely beautiful. It's basically a harmony of chainsaws. They're all just going to fall, and then, yeah, look at that. Boom, damage. That attack right there can one-shot us at our level. It's pretty easy to dodge, but if you accidentally get caught by it, it's an instant death. And now we're just going to kind of finish this up, throw some more chainsaws, rinse, repeat. And that should be Reimu ground here in a few seconds. Boom.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Okay, at the beginning of Reimu Air, we're going to abuse the fact that some bosses just don't have hitboxes and their sprite blocks bullets from us. It's really kind.
Yeah, so we're just going to knife hover
We
here.
messed it up.
We messed it up a little bit. That's fine. We just lose a little bit of damage. That was a nice graze off that yin-yang ball right there. We're just going to pump some more damage in there. So this is, Reimu has two phases, Reimu ground, Reimu air. And Reimu ground, or Reimu air, I mean, we're going to try to one-cycle it. The damage is pretty tight, though. But basically, she has a set phase cycle of attacks. That right there is a sweeping fireball attack. We're going to try to knife hover over it to get grazed. After this is this downwards attack right here. We need to be in the center of the screen, or that will hit us, and it does about 50 damage, which is a lot. You might have noticed auras right there. There are three types of auras in the game. There's green auras, which only move in time stop. There's yellow auras, which remove reverse in time stop. And then there is purple auras, which remove regardless of time stop. So right here, he's going to get hit immediately.
And then it just works.
So then coming up after this, basically we're going to slide a little bit. Actually, never mind, regard that. I do that, but he wanted to get a little bit of damage in first. But yeah, by crouching there, they kind of miss us. One thing we forgot to mention is sliding lowers our hitbox a little bit than actually crouching, and we'll use that to dodge certain attacks that would hit us while we're crouching. And this attack is basically free. Reimu's like, hit me all you want, please, thank you. And so we're just going to pump chainsaws after chainsaws.
Yeah, this attack is completely static, so you just learn how to dodge it, and then it just works.
Yeah, you might have not known that Sakia is really, really, really good at juggling. So she's using this as juggle practice. Didn't quite get the one cycle, but it was pretty close.
I've never gotten the one cycle.
Oh,
All right, that was pretty good, Reimu.
That was pretty good, Reimu.
nice. Another thing about the chainsaws is they can also like block projectiles, so you can kind of like hide under them as they come down.
So once we finish this up, we're going to get the credits again. Luckily, we can skip it the second time through since we've already seen it. Don't get used to that.
Yeah, this game likes credits, and we do too, so.
When you have a game with 2 final bosses, you're going to have a lot of credits.
It is interesting to note that coming up, this is not, like, this is an interactable cutscene, so we do have to go over to this mech and press the up button, or this won't continue, and it is very easy to forget that. So yeah, now we're going back to the credits, but we're just going to kind of skip this and pop back out in stage 6. But don't, stage 6 won't last very long.
This room's super fun. Floor is lava, and it has dragons on it. Just don't go there. If you get on the floor, things just get real bad real quick. We're good.
Yeah, there you go. And now we're going to go back to stage 5.
Oops, I was supposed to damage boost off that guy. Don't.
Yeah, with damage boosting, the reason we moonwalk backwards into it is because you get hit the opposite direction you're facing. And so basically what happened there is he just turned around a little bit too soon, and it went the opposite direction he was facing. Clip back through this door.
This is very spacing dependent. If you're like a tiny bit off, it just doesn't work. But
I think you got that first try both times.
I know, I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, in practice, it took him probably like 5 or 6 tries each time, so that was very, very good.
So now we're going to actually go where the game wants us to go. Thread the needle through these guys.
Yep. This is the other final boss of the game.
All right, there's a pretty tricky manipulation at the start of this fight. Let's see if I can get it.
Yeah, basically he's going to slide 3 times, and he's going to turn around at the very end of his last slide, which is going to make the boss turn around and face the other direction. He did get it.
Nice.
That's very, very, very important, because if you don't get that, not only is this first cycle longer, it's a lot harder to graze the bullets. But with this attack, she's just going to fire into the corner, we're going to graze them. It is important where you place your chainsaws in this, because if you place them right on the middle of her mech, it is going to block the bullets that come out, and you won't get any of the graze.
I unfortunately took a hit there, which means I lost a lot of damage output just through lack of graze.
Yeah, he's about 1,000 damage behind where they normally would be.
So this is going to be... what do you say, weight?
Probably not. Well, maybe. It depends on what your damage output's going to be.
Snail.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
For fans of the song Night of Nights, you're definitely going to get that now because I do not have enough resources to skip that song.
You could always graze off the 4-of-a-kind attack, too.
Mm-hmm. So basically, yeah. Flan has 2 phases, and the last one we try and skip, but you need pretty perfect stuff to do it.
Oh yeah, and those of you that didn't catch that, yeah, Flan was Notori. Surprise. Sorry, we ruined the game for you.
Spoiler warning, yeah. It's deep lore.
Yep. Turns out Ramilia's a jerk, and she stole all of Flan's gems. Flan was not very happy about that.
So yeah, I'm like 1,500 damage short from where I should be because of just lack of resources.
And you also might have been wondering why Reimu was here. Well, Reimu basically doesn't like fun either, and she didn't like our little world that we created, so she came to stop it.
She just in general does not like yokai shenanigans.
Yeah. But Sakya, defender of the fun, came to put a stop to it. So there are 2 phases to this boss. The second phase triggers when she is at less than 5,000 HP, and after the 4-of-a-kind attack, which will trigger the Night of Nights. We try to avoid this because there's almost no graze during that phase, and it's very, very, very
cool
long.
Trick for the kids at home with this attack. The real one is holding a spear. You probably didn't notice that in your casual playthrough. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't notice it either. Someone pointed it out, and I was like, what? Yeah, so this attack, we try not to trigger it. As you'll notice, there's nothing to graze here, and all of our resources regenerate very, very slowly when we're not grazing.
Oops. There we go.
Yeah, that was Flan and Notori. And I hope you like credits because they're coming back.
Yeah, Unfortunately, although we've already watched the credits before, this is a different credits. So we're going to have to watch it again, give thanks to all the devs again. And there's no minigame in this one.
Nope. Same length, though.
Yeah. So we have more time for donations if you have any.
That sounds good. We do. We have a $1,000 donation from Nuclear Mom Ambrose.
Woo!
It says, "Go Jackson." We have a $5 donation from Kelster Lynn that says, "I did not know such a game for Touhou existed. It has been a joy to watch so far. As for my favorite character, that would be Flandre Scarlet. Nothing says cool like wings that don't make any sense."
I'm sorry for what I've done then.
We've got $10 from Random Flying Magic Carp that says, "Let's go, Sean. You got this." We've got $200 from Anthony's01 that says, "Greetings from France. Third time watching GDQ. I could not miss donating during a Touhou Luna Nights. Now that I have an income to support it, hope this small contribution will help beat cancer once and for all."
Thank you very much.
We have $100 from Magic Cannon that says, "Touhou is back at GDQ. Thank you for bringing the banging tunes and impressive gameplay. Every Touhou is best, but Oku is bestest." We have $10 from Not Today that says, "Hey Sean, Scarlet Devil Mansion called. They wish you luck in your chainsaw hurling and collision breaking adventures. Show them Sakuya's true power as you plow through everything in reverse order? Huh? Well, anyways, good luck and have fun, and shout out to the Duck Tuck."
Sorry, we called Duck Tup Grip Clip. I'm so sorry.
My bad.
It got rebranded.
Time for one more.
Yep.
All right, we have $25 from Sliver Striker that says, "Favorite Touhou? Marisa, because cute witch and laser beams. Donation goes to more task block because cute robot and laser beams." Wait.
All right, so we're just going to be finishing up the... Luckily, there's no more credits. This is the final one. I'm not going to torture you with 3 sets of credits. So at this point, basically the first half of the run was just shopping list of items, and now we're in just boss rush mode. Anyways, we're going to get told here that we unlock the extra stage. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, we decided to do that first. So there's actually 2 routes to get back here. Sean's going to do this route. It's a little bit less, it's more consistent than the other route.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, I can get some...
Graze there.
Yeah, graze from this guy.
He makes grip or duck tuck look very easy, but it can be pretty difficult to pull off.
You notice there, when I jump with the grip knife to jump on grip knives, I do the throw outside of time stop. That makes it so that the knife throw doesn't use any of your time, which is much nicer on resources.
Yeah, nice. So if you saw that purple door, we can actually snail and time stop to kind of push ourselves through the door. But it's a little it's pretty jank.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Now we're coming up, and we're going to fight my favorite Touhou, which is Remiliant. But we are way overpowered for this point in the game.
Well, we're actually about where the game would expect you to be on a casual playthrough. But by speedrun standards, that's very, very overpowered. So they're going to start going down quick.
Yeah, don't blink. So for this boss fight, she uses a lot of the aura mechanics I was talking about. So these Gungnir spears, basically what they're going to be doing is they're purple, which means they move in time stop. So they can be pretty tricky to graze, especially if you accidentally time stop and one of them's on screen that will hit you. We're going to kind of manipulate her over to the right here. That's because we want to travel less. And with that bat attack, she will go to where your position is. Oh yeah, bosses don't have hitboxes. And neither do we, so yay. We use that to get a lot of graze. And then this next attack, we're going to kind of abuse the fact that we store a jump after falling, and we're going to use that to just put a whole bunch of chainsaws in there, and hopefully we'll finish this. Yep. The attack right after that, she spawns a whole bunch of balls right on top of her.
Yeah, if you missed that kill right there, then you're going to be waiting a little bit because she starts moving all over the place.
So yeah, right there, she's like, all right, let's go home, and then realized someone was interfering. But we already defeated the person that was interfering. So really, it doesn't make any sense. But
Laura's confused right now.
yeah. But now we're going to abuse the fact that we picked up all the teleporters earlier. And we're going to go stage 3.
Can I? Thank you.
Oh yeah, by the way, these cannonballs travel screens for some reason.
All right. So, whoopsie. So there's not too much to talk about in stage 3. So if we have 1 or 2 donations, we can read those out.
That sounds good. We actually have a $250 donation from Justin.
Woo!
They didn't leave a comment, but thank you so much.
Why did I slide there? Why did I slide there? Okay, so if you slide there, there's a chance you just soft lock the game, and I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, the Knights like to have a dance party, but you can't do anything. You're just in the corner. So yeah, you soft lock.
I got really lucky.
Now, this entire time, Notori, or Flandra as we now know it, is trying to get you to sell her gems because she wants all her gems back. That's what that cutscene was about. It was basically like, hey, Saki, did you know that these gems give you powers? And you're like, really? And they're like, yeah, but you should give them to me anyway. And you're like, but why? They give me powers.
All right. So if we could read out one more donation, probably.
Sounds good. We have $5 from the Scarlet Devil that says, hey, Remelia here. My favorite is my little sister Flandre, of course, also Question Runner. Can you remember the number of times you've eaten bread?
13, I believe.
What am I doing? I wasn't right. All right, so we're going to be making our way to Patchy here. So Patchy actually used to be the final boss of the game. And there was a category called Stage 3%, which was any percent at the time. It had a yellow skip in it, which immediately makes it a good category.
Yeah, yellow skip back then, though, you only had to hit one bubble. It was really easy. Now we really don't know how many. So this boss is really, really cool casually, but we're not even going to get past phase 1. One trick we did there is we did some attacks on the left and immediately went to the right. There was a short phase and a long phase for this fight. And by doing that little quick maneuver, we trigger the long phase, which gives us more graze from this attack, which is the best attack to graze. And that means we can trigger it.
Okay, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I waited there for a very specific reason. So basically, when the fight gets to a certain point, the boss will have some dialogue. If that dialogue triggers in the same frame you kill her, the game crashes. It looks for a spot to, or it looks for the boss object to get the dialogue from, and it says, oh, it's not there, I'm out. And so that's very scary and can lose a lot of time.
Yeah, and you might think, well, triggering it on the same frame sounds really difficult, but the chainsaw ticks every frame to do damage, so it's actually very, very easy. We're going to go back out of bounds. I hope you like the ceiling.
Come on. Come on. We're doing
I'm
this
telling
again?
you have to pick up the MP upgrade.
All right,
It doesn't want you.
We're picking up the MP upgrade. There we go. What are you going to do? Come into a secret room, you don't even get the upgrade that's in it.
I know, seriously. We normally don't pick up that MP upgrade, but...
It's for good luck.
Yep. There we go. See? Easy. So yeah, I hope you like the sky backdrop. You'll see it a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, at this point, it's much easier to just go over top of stages than actually do them.
We're coming up on the best thing in the entire game.
Yeah, a very special guest will be joining us very soon.
Yep. Say hello. It won't last very long. Hey.
It's the yellow platform.
Bye, Lego platform.
There's one in the top left corner of stages 1 to 3. See if you can find them all. It's a fun little scavenger hunt for all ya.
So time will be coming up here on the last hit of Marisa, which is going to be about in a minute or so.
Yeah, so we're basically just doing what we did earlier in stage 2, but this time we're not going to skip to stage 5. We're actually going to say hello to Marisa.
So yeah, like knife hovers, like we were talking about before, we basically use them to fly. Normally you're supposed to ride these platforms, but that's very slow, so we just hover over them for fun.
All right. Time will be coming up in about 15 seconds.
Yeah, this boss doesn't last very long at all. Poor Marisa.
She tries. At this point, we are actually over-leveled by a lot.
Especially with the extra damage from Screw Knife, it's
Yeah.
not even close.
And time. $34.28. That is, wow. Okay, sure. That's less than a minute off world record.
Yeah, that was a very good run.
Category. Anyways, I'd like to thank everyone on my couch for helping me out when things got intense. Shout out to the Touhou Luna Knights Discord. If you're interested in learning this game, it's a great resource to start. We have a ton of resources, ton of guides, and runners are always glad to answer any questions. Just a super welcoming community. Thanks for GDQ for having me, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.